Please welcome your class marshal, Joe Puglisi.
Distinguished guests, distinguished honorees, and the fabulous class of 2013. I am deeply touched to be today's faculty marshal. And I'm also grateful for the opportunity to speak to you. Over the last few weeks, I thought quite a bit about what I would say to you. And I decided to share with you something, a belief I have that has been very important to me as I go out to achieve my goals, but also to find satisfaction and joy in my life. Because I really do believe it's the achievement of our dreams that really enable us to have a fulfilling and satisfying life. But accomplishing goals and dreams can be difficult. Easy to talk about, but it's hard to do. It is said there's three kinds of people in the world: those who make it happen, those who watch it happen, and then there are those who wonder what happened. People who go out and achieve what they set out to do are the people who make it happen. But they make it happen because they know a secret. It shouldn't be this much of a well-kept secret, but they know the secret. They know the secret to achieving anything one sets out to accomplish is to utilize a gift God has given to all of us. And that's the gift of determination. Webster's dictionary defines determination as the act of deciding definitely and finally. Now, there are thousands of examples of people who, through the sheer power of determination, achieve goals that many would consider to be impossible, or overcome obstacles that many would consider to be insurmountable. But what's interesting about this is that when these people achieved their goals, they really didn't think it was much of a big deal. Colonel Michael Cobb, who at 91 years old, received a PhD from Cambridge University. When the English press gave him a whole lot of attention, he said, "I don't know what all the fuss is about." Yukira Mura, a Japanese mountain climber, climbed to the top of Mount Everest. For those of us who are geographically challenged, that's the highest mountain on the planet Earth. He reached the peak of Mount Everest at 77 years old. When he heard of the awe from the mountain climbing community to his accomplishment, he said, "Well, I'll come back and do it again when I turn 80 years old." And then the man who in 1986 inspired me. New York City Marathon, 26.2 miles to the finish line. The name of the man I remember is the man who finished last, Bob Weiland. For you see, Bob was a U.S. Marine medic in Vietnam, went out to save a fellow Marine, stepped on a landmine and lost both his legs. To give you some character of Bob, he writes a letter home from the hospital in Vietnam. June 14, 1969, dear Mom and Dad, I'm in the hospital. Everything's going to be okay. The people here are taking very good care of me. Love, Bob. P.S. I think I lost my legs. Bob likes to say, when I stepped on that landmine, my legs went in one direction and my life in another. For 26.2 miles in the New York City Marathon, Bob lifted himself up with his arms, moved forward inch by inch. It took him 4 days to cross the finish line. Personally, when I saw that on the news, I stood up in my living room with tears in my eyes and I clapped. And the rest of the newspapers in New York City gave him all the accolades he deserved. But to Bob, that was a training exercise. Because later he does the same thing, but he doesn't go to marathon. He crosses the United States of America. It takes 3 years, 8 months, and 6 days to go 2,784 miles. Determination, yeah, you bet. See, what Bob and all the others teach us is that achieving our goals has everything to do with turning on the power we all have to decide we're going to go out and make it happen, to utilize that power, to unleash the champion within us. But there's a second piece to this, because people who work hard at achieving their goals experience something else. Steve Jobs, late CEO of Apple Computer, used to say this: the joy is in the journey. And what this means is, as people work toward their dreams, each step they take, there is a great feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment. And many say that intensity is the same as when they actually achieve it. I congratulate the class of 2013 for achieving one of the great goals in your life. But as you journey through life and you decide to pursue other dreams, you may hear people say to you, "You can't do that. That's impossible." But you know that's not true. You know, with the gift of determination, you can make anything happen. God bless the class of 2013. I will miss you.